So yeah, how you doing, lads, ladies? I've had a little request in to do a video about your daily routine in jail. I've just woke up, and I've got a busy day, which is why I'm doing the video now. Because I said to him a couple of days ago, he messaged me on one of my other platforms. Because I am on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. TikTok and Instagram, it's original_number 1. My Insta's got a few. There's original_number 1_exotics, which is my dog page. There's original_number NO1, which is my normal page. And obviously my TikTok's original_number 1 as well. Original_NO1. But yeah, I had a request in a few days ago to tell you about what a daily routine is in jail, like what you do on a daily basis in prison. So, I mean, it can range. It can change like on a daily basis, but people always say to me, "Doesn't it drag in there?" And I'm like, "Nah, it flies." They're like, "Nah," and it does. Jail genuinely goes faster than road time, and I'll tell you why that is, because of the routine you're in. Once you get settled, the longest part is your first 2 to 3 months. Once you get settled on your wing and you get to know all the lads, and you get your little clique or whatever, like, time flies. But I'll work first of all, I'll run through a normal daily regime in jail. So you'd be unlocked about 7:30 for work. Well, for workers will be unlocked at about 7:30 to get their meds and whatnot, just get ready to go off the wing to work. You'd be let off the wing from between 8 and 8:15. You go off the wing to all your different workshops, which vary. You've got kitchens, you've got for recycling, waste management, laundry, all the stuff that helps the jail run. Then you've got the noddy shops, we call them. I'd never work in a noddy shop because it's just, prisons are a business these days. So say if you work in a factory out here, and I don't know, you're packing items. I worked in a noddy shop years ago in Featherstone, and what you used to have to do is pack. It was some kind of pipe fitting that I presume would be sold in Screwfix or somewhere like that. I don't know. Now, if they was paying someone out there to do it, they'd at least have to pay a minimum wage, which is, I don't know, what the fuck knows what it is, but it's about £11 an hour. It's probably more than that now, I don't know. We get between £7 and £15, £7 and £12.50 actually, depending on your IEP level. You can get bonuses, but they're rare, which is why I said 15 to start with. Come back from work about the start movement's about 11:30. So obviously then you're just moving back. You get searched as you're coming out the workshops, and you all move. We call it the M1. Like, it's just what we call it. It's the main route. It's like a big road that most modern jails have got like a big road that goes down the centre of the jail. So you see everybody out off every wing. And this is what I mean. I don't get about little deadheads and muppets in jail who bounce from wing to wing to wing, because you've got to go on that walkway at some point to healthcare or whatever, and you're going to run into people. But yeah, you go on the M1 back to your wing. Normally when you get back to the wing, they leave you out because it's lunchtime. So you get the screw open my door, boss, open my door, miss. They'll open your door, you get your plate, whatnot. You go upstairs, or it depends what landing you're on. You go up to the servery, you grab your dinner. It's fucking disgusting. The dinners are getting worse as well. Like, don't think the cost of living crisis has only hit yous out here. It hit us in there as well. Like, the prison food was shit anyway, but it's gone even worse now. So Well, put it this way, the jail I got released from Berwyn, this is what you got for lunch. Up there they call it a barm, but obviously around here we'd call it a cob. So you'd get a cob with your choice of, I don't know, ham, cheese, tuna, chicken, whatever. You get 5 choices, you do. And a bag of crisps. That's it. That's your lunch. So then you'd get your lunch, you'd go back down, you'd get banged up there from 12 till 2 p.m. 2 p.m. About 1:45 they'd unlock you so that you go off the wing at about 2, 2:15. Again, you go off to your whatever workshop or kitchens or whatever you're in. But also you can have gym sessions, but I'll go into that in a minute. So you go to work again till about, about 4:30, about 4:15, 4:30, they start movements again. So look at my dog, he's mad, he's mad, he is. But yeah, you go off, where was I? Yeah, they start the movements about 4:15, 4:30. Head back to the wing again. Again, Miss Boss, open your door, get your plate, go up, grab your dinner. Again, disgusting. You get a choice of 5 options, which would be, there's normally 2 or 3 slop. I call them slop. I'd never order the slop, so it'll either be like chicken curry, chili, fucking beef, fucking, I don't know, just shit slop. Meals out here that it would be nice, like chicken kormas and chilies and beef goulash and things like that. That out here would be nice, to be lovely, but in there they're just fucking disgusting. And people will tell you in jail, if you've ever worked in kitchens, you would never eat prison food again. Little smackheads, imagine the size of the pots. Do you know what I mean? Little smackheads leaning over them, stirring them, sweat dripping off the forehead into the pots, and that absolutely disgusting. I eat little bits of jail food, not much. So obviously I do my little thing in jail, so I've always got loads of canteens and that. So I tend to chef up in my kettle most nights, varying from, I don't know, I might just have tuna pasta sweet corn with mayo. I might have spam and egg sandwiches. I might chef myself a curry. I might chef myself a bolognese with corned beef, tins of corned beef you can buy. You can buy a lot on canteens, you can. But anyway, I'm getting off track. The guy asked for your daily routine. So then obviously after you've got your dinner, that's it, bang up for the day. And that's a weekday. That's a weekday routine. So about latest 5:30, you banged up. Cleaners are out a little bit longer. Now I'm normally a landing cleaner. It's a job that I normally do the most. It's they give it to like the lads who can control the wing, can control the other lads, because they want them to. They want them to like be able to control the lads. Do you know what I mean? Like, stop bullying. Like, if some people are banging their doors, people are smashing their cells up. It all creates lockdowns, and this is what I mean. Things can change, and again, I'll get onto it in a minute. So, like, say if someone smashes up the pad, or someone gets on the netting is a safety netting between landings, so you can't jump off and kill yourself, or I don't know, whatever. If someone gets on the netting, it's locked down, the whole wing, and not just the spur on your wing, because normally on a wing you've got A, B, C, D spur lowers, and then A, B, C, D spur uppers. So that's a housing unit. But obviously A, B, C, D, lowers and uppers, they're classed as separate wings basically. So if someone gets on say if someone gets on the netting or on the bars on A lowers, the whole wing's locked down until that incident is sorted. So if they stay up there for hours, which sometimes it happens, you're not getting your dinner till they're down, you're not going off to work till they're down. You're not going to gym till they're down, and that's what I mean. They want like the cleaning lads to be able to prevent things like that from happening. Do you know what I mean? So that was your general midweek routine. Now weekend routine's a little bit different. Also remember that routine does change quite, well, not massively, but it does change from jail to jail. Your routine will change. So Berwyn routine is just a bang up, and a lot of it. Like, I mean, I was never at Berwyn before COVID, and a lot of people said it was way better before COVID. You was out a lot more. So on a weekend in Berwyn when I left, well, actually, I'll tell you, when I left, I was on an enhanced wing, which is it's a different kettle of fish. You've got a kitchen at the end of the wing, so you don't have to chef up in your kettle. There's 2 microwaves, one halal, one not halal. There's two of everything, halal, non-halal, but there's microwave, big George Foreman, toaster, and a Breville to make toasted sandwiches. So you can chef up in the microwave oven. All kinds of shit you can make in there, and then obviously you get the kitcheners lads to bring back the good food, like the breasts of chicken and just all the goodies, all the good stuff. Like, just pay them a bit of, I don't know, cod or fish or whatnot. They'll bring it back for you. You go and chef up your chicken, cheap bit of cheese on it, have a nice burger or whatever. So yeah, you can eat good in jail. This is what I mean. I don't really eat jail food. Like, my pad was stacked always. I do well in jail. I do well in jail. Yeah, ask anyone I've ever been in jail. I do quite well in jail. My pad's always stacked, look. But weekend routine in Birmingham was shit. It was. So what did they used to call it? The enhanced wing. You was basically out all day. On the weekends, and even to start with, on the weekdays, if you weren't, even if you didn't go to work, they'd just leave you out floating around, because enhanced you classed as good behaviour in it, so that you're more trusted and whatnot. So they let you out a little bit more. So yeah, weekend on normal wings, what would they call it now? They'd call it, I think they call it domestics, which basically means you get half hour out your cell to sweep and mop your cell out. Do you know what I mean? So you get half an hour domestics, and then an hour's association. But you get domestics in the morning and social on the afternoon. So like, even on a weekend, you're only out yourself for an hour and a half a day, unless you're a cleaner, which I normally am. Then you're out yourself all day, every day, which is good, because you get to chill and chat to the other cleaners, and you're out your cell, you're not locked in a box. But it can get a bit much. Like me, a lot of the time in jail, I just used to chill in my pad a lot. Like sleeping in the morning. Just, if something good was on telly, I'd be watching it. Well, I say telly, I had a hard drive and that, so I'd be watching box sets and whatnot. But that's a basic jail routine. Obviously, like weekends, as well as your domestics and your association. If you're a worker, your gym's mainly on the weekend, so you'll get like your gym sessions on the weekend. If you're a non-worker, which in Berwyn I said fuck that, I'm not working, because all they'd give me was the noddy shop jobs. In the end, that's why in the end they give me the cleaners jobs. So while I wasn't working, I was getting gym midweek. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. It could be any day, morning or afternoon. You log onto your laptop and you put in for your session. Eventually, you get your session. Now, years and years and years ago in Featherstone, routine was way better. The midweek routine was the same. Off for work in the morning, back for dinner, bang up for 2 hours, off for work in the afternoon, back, but then you'd have social on the night. Do you know what I mean? So you'd get back at about 5:30, get your dinner, and then you'd stay out till about 7:30. So you wouldn't get banged up till 7:30. But then nationally that changed. Going back years now, probably 10 years ago. But then the weekend, you'd be out not all day, so you'd get let out first thing in the morning, your door would crack. Again, I'd normally have a lie-in. Then you'd get your dinner at 12, bang up till 2, and then you crack your door at 2 o'clock again, and you're out till 5:30 on a weekend. It was back then. Well, it's always been, weekend bang up's always been 5:30. So Featherstone back in the day was a really good routine, really good regime. Stoke Heath, which I left got shipped out from Stokeheath to Berwyn. Well, basically, I got locked up August the 17th, 2019. Got out 17th of September 2023. I got 8 but I got a few extra days. If you're wondering why did I do an extra month, so I did 4 years 1 month. But started in the green. The green, like I said, I love the green. I do. I still love it now, but like they've locked it down because like a lot of it was a dangerous place for little sausages. It was a dangerous place, and for deadheads it was a dangerous place because the screws had no control over it whatsoever. But in the end, the government were obviously getting too many complaints. Cars got petrol bombed on the car park, so the government was like, you know what, enough's enough. We've got to go in there. We've got to sort out the drug problem, this, that, and the other. So they locked it down. In the green, he was just open all the time, whether he was a worker or not. And even most of the workers, they were just like, fuck you, I'm not going to work. Everyone else is just floating around the wing. I'm not missing out. Do you get me? Which I completely understand. Again, I'd be a cleaner in there. Always get a cleaner's job in the green, I do. But when they locked it down, just before I left the green, so while I was on remand for about 6 months, about 5 6 months, from August to February, which is August to September to October, yeah, 6 months I was on remand, and the regime. It was a little bit like Birmingham. In the week, if you didn't work, you was banged up. But I was a cleaner, so I was always out. Weekend routine was, again, you'd have domestics in the morning, social in the afternoon. Again, I was a cleaner, so it didn't really make no difference to me. I weren't asked. And even if you weren't a cleaner, because I've been in the green so much, I know a lot of the screws. So, like, I just say, oh, miss, come on, let me out, man. Or just say, oh, miss, I need to use the computer. Because in the green, you didn't have laptops in your pad. They just used a computer on the end of the wing to put credit on, do your canteen, put apps in, email back your people. So you just, oh, miss, oh, let me out to use the machine. And most screws, you just let me out. But if it's a bit of a divvy one, you just say, oh, boss, I need to use the machine. And then you just float around, and they didn't really bother chasing you down. Like, and then obviously I was on trial from the 3rd of Feb, which I think it was the 3rd of Feb. 3rd of Feb 2020. I was on trial till, well, it would have been a week. But, well, it was meant to be till the Thursday. But I got caught going out of the prison I had a phone plugged, and DST was in reception warning people, and the one went off. They kept me in the block for a day, which put my trial back, which obviously didn't look good to the judge, which pissed me off a little bit. It's one of the risks you take, having a phone in jail. Always have a phone in jail. You've got to speak to your people, and the phone credit is fucking extortionate. It's not as extortionate. It used to be bad. Well, it's still bad now. Like, I can't remember I don't know the price exactly, but phoning mobiles is fucking ridiculous. So yeah, fucking. My trial was meant to be a week, so it would have been third, fourth, fifth, till the 6th. My trial was meant to be, but it went on till the 7th. Now that was a Friday. The trial finished. They've gone out to deliberate, the jury. And I think because it was a Friday, they didn't want to come back on the Monday. So I think they rushed to the decision and found me guilty. But in the summing up, the prosecutor, all he was saying was, oh, Mr. Taplin there hiding in, because I didn't give evidence because I thought my solicitor had done enough. I knew I hadn't blackmailed no one, so I just thought, how can I get found guilty of something I didn't do? But do you know when the foreman walked in and wouldn't look at me, because all the way through he'd been looking at me to see reactions on my face when stuff was read out, he couldn't look at me, so I knew it was a guilty. But yeah, he stood up, he read guilty. I was pissed, yeah, but it was just, I didn't want to show it because I had fucking the person who accused me of the blackmail sat in the gallery. But you know what's mad? When the foreman read out guilty, this person had been like going on like they were all weak and pathetic while they was giving evidence. As soon as the guilty came out, they was, yeah, I've got you, you little And I saw even the shock on the foreman's face. Do you know what I mean? Like, as if to say, whoa, that weren't the person, the quiet little mouse that we seen on the stand. Do you know what I mean? So, like, they showed the true colours a bit when I got found guilty, but I weren't asked. It was one of them. I was going to take it on the chin. I'll take it on the chin anyway, but especially that time, there was no way I was going to let her show her that it bothered me. But then sentencing was the next day. Or was sentencing? No, sentencing was either that day or the Monday. But yeah, I think it was that day, you know. So she said, we'll convene for an hour while I'll just go and decide Mr. Taplin's sentence. I've gotten back down to the cells, come back up, stood up. She started reading, because there was more than just the blackmail, the dangerous driving and the handling stolen goods, which is what I got the 8 for. 5 for blackmail, 2 for handling stolen goods, year for dangerous driving. But they ran them consec, which made 8 years. Then they ran a lot more concurrent. So I think altogether, I think I got between 16 and 20 years, something like that. But a lot of them was run concurrent. But as they're reading all these out, the main one she read out was the 5. And then I thought, oh, they're going to run everything concurrent. That's not that bad. But then, like, I've heard her say consec a couple of times. And I've worked it out in my head. And I've turned to the guard and said, so I just get 9 years. Because I think you got 8, but we'll talk when we get down there. I was thinking, fucking hell, 8 years. And I didn't even fucking do it. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, what the fuck? But anyway, took it on the fucking chin, went back to the green. Nothing, jail don't faze me. But that in the act, like, it's not the jail that's the punishment. It's the missing your family. It's the when you have to say bye to your missus on a visit. They're the real. This is why I'm doing this channel. I can sit here and say, oh, jail doesn't faze me. The actual prison bit of it. But when you got to say bye to your missus on a visit, or I don't know, your credit runs out. There's little parts of jail that will fuck you up. Do you know what I mean? And it will fuck up your mental health long term. You'll be becoming institutionalised. Just know that it's not the right place to be. In fact, the next video I'm going to do, I'm going to write notes on why jail is actually a punishment. And I'm going to let you know the real reasons jail is a punishment. But anyway, I've got way off track here. But I was got back to the green. Wanted to go Featherstone or Oakwood, but because I've been caught with a few phones, SIM cards, drugs, this, that and the other, while I was on remand, they always send you to Stoke Heath, because they have got Stoke Heath in a headlock. I didn't see one phone in there, and I was there for a year. Like, they've got it in a headlock, so I think that's why they sent me there, like. So I couldn't regulate. I was still regulating. You just got to it was mainly sheets of fish and that, but I was always getting spun on that. The regime in Stoke Heath just before COVID lockdown, because I got there February 20. I think the lockdown started in March, April 2020. So the regime weren't that bad. Again, weekdays, it was the same as any jail. Wake up in the morning for work, go off to work, back for lunch, bang up till 2, let back out at 2, off to work, back at 4:30. But then in Stoke Heath, you was left out then till 7:30 again. So you get your dinner, and then you was on association, they call it, till 7:30. Then it was bang up at 7:30 till the next morning. Weekends slightly stricter than Featherstone, but you'd still get, so it would you'd either get Saturday morning out and then Sunday afternoon out, or you get Saturday afternoon out and then Sunday morning out. Now, I like the mornings out on the weekend because I do an all-day breakfast, Like, you can buy, it's not like a proper one. Obviously, you start getting sausages from the kitchens and this, that, and the other. But before you get to know the kitchens, lads, and there's you can buy tinned hot dogs, tinned mushrooms, tinned spam. You can get eggs, you buy eggs. You can do an all day breakfast without having to get on the kitchens, lads, but you want to get the proper bacon, the proper sausage and whatnot, and cook it all up yourself nice and that. So yeah, again, there was all, and in Stoke Heath, there was all kitchen equipment on every wing, so you could cook and that on every wing, like, which was a bonus, like. But yeah, that's the general jail routine, is what I've told you. But like I said, it can change at the drop of a hat. If somebody causes a problem, if there's certain training days where you're banged up all day, even meals brought to your door. The COVID lockdown was a bitch. Like, the COVID lockdown was, so you'd be banged up 23 and a half hours a day. They'd let you out for a shower, 10-minute shower, 10-minute phone call, 10-minute exercise, and that was it. So the COVID lockdown was a bitch. Do you know what I mean? If you didn't, like, I can ride my bang up. I've been doing it that long. But a lot of people don't like bang up, so they were fucked during the lockdown. It weren't the best time to be in jail, but it's one of them, and you've got to take the good with the bad. But anyway, listen, I've just looked at the time. I've been on this video 26 minutes. I hope I've answered all your questions, mate. If there's anything else you want to know, don't hesitate to comment and ask me, and I'll put it in my next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe all my videos and my channel. And yeah, man, I'll catch you on the next video. But stay out of trouble, stay safe, love.